After a long spring, we've reached the final conference weekend in baseball season, and this weekend, Monmouth goes to Ryder for a huge three-game set with their in-state and hourglass rival, the Ryder Broncs. 2 games Thursday, 1 on Saturday for potentially the top seed in the upcoming conference tournament. I was able to catch up with both Chris Gaetano and Dan Shea and get their thoughts on the huge three-game series coming up this weekend in Lawrenceville. All right, Chris, before we look ahead to the big weekend series at Ryder coming up, I want to ask you about how well the team's been playing of late. You specifically got hot at the plate, and it's kind of coincided with the team playing well. Scored 30 runs in that sweep against St. Peter's last week.
Yeah, everyone's starting to come together. Bats have come together ever since I owned the series. 1 through 9, the lineup's doing well, so everything's clicking together right before the conference. So that's what we need to start getting hot now.
And it seems as though the lineup has kind of shifted around, but now you guys have kind of found that 1 through 9 rhythm where everyone kind of knows their roles. You know, the guys at the top are getting on base. You guys are driving them in the middle of the order, and just talk about how that process has come about all season, where now it looks like everyone kind of knows their roles offensively.
Yeah, I mean everyone's starting to fit into their role or into their roles. They start to understand what they need to do. Just the 1 through 9, like I said, everyone's doing great, and they're finally understanding what they need to do, and everyone's clicking together. So yeah.
And it's always good to be playing your best ball at the end of the season as you now go into the series at Ryder. A lot at stake. You guys have clinched a berth in the tournament. Seeding still have yet to be determined. How big are these 3 games out in Lawrenceville?
I mean, it's pretty huge. Like coming off a sweep with St. Peter's was big. It's going to give us a lot of momentum going to the series with Ryder. It's important to get hot at the end of the season, and going into Ryder playing hot, we need to get a big series win, and hopefully we do that and get a series win going into the conference tournament.
And then what does this team have to do, in your opinion, to go out and get 3 wins against the Broncs? What are those maybe little things that you think the Hawks need to be aware of this weekend?
Just need to face adversity. It'll be a big statement win for the whole conference, knowing we beat Ryder, who's the 1 seed now, and we will be able to get a regular season championship. We got a little chip on our shoulder from last year. We didn't do as hot, so winning the regular season championship and just doing well, we'll be able to come out on top then.
All right, Dan, just like I did with your teammate Chris Gaetano, before we look ahead to Ryder, I want to talk to you about how the team's been playing of late. It seems as though the team has really found a rhythm, and you specifically, especially since conference play, have really been hot up at the dish. And just talk about where this team is right now.
Right now, we got a lot of energy from our pitching staff. You know, Anthony Chivarella, Frank's coming out really good, and TJ with the no-hitter. You know, they're giving us a lot of energy, and it's easy to hit when those guys are pitching in front of you. And just hitting-wise, I've been just trying to take one pitch at a time, and it really helped me. Before conference, I was pressing, but ever since Coach Ehalt helped me, it's been good.
And then talk about not only at the plate, but in the field, when you have pitchers that are going as well as they're going, like you mentioned TJ with the no-hitter and some of the other great starts that this team has gotten, how does it spark the defense, which with the offense has been really good all season?
It makes us play harder. You know, we want to make that diving catch. We want to prevent runs. Like for instance, TJ, the couple balls might have been down, but you know what? Our outfield wanted us to get him a no-hitter, and pitching just helps us play defense. Like if they pounding the zone, getting quick outs helps us play defense.
And now you have a big 3-game set coming up with Ryder this week. Year 2 in the league, and this might be the biggest series Monmouth's had in this conference. Talk about these 3 games coming up in Lawrenceville.
These 3 games, we just got to take them as any other series. You know, I mean, there's a lot at stake for these 3 games, but at the same time, we're in the playoffs. I think if we sweep, we were the number 1 seed, which really doesn't mean that much because for instance, Canisius last year was the number 1 seed, and they got bounced in the championship round. So, I mean, if we play our game, we pitch, we hit, we run, we field, I think we'll have a good shot.
And I know you've been through this before, a veteran on this team. You've seen how conference tournaments play. It really matters momentum-wise once you get up there, and then once you get to the tournament, really it's anyone's game, like you said.
Yeah, it's really everyone's game. I mean, I think what hurt us in the past was that we got really hot at the end instead of just being consistent. I think this year we're consistent. You know, we're not too hot, too cold. We're just playing baseball. It's a lot of fun.
And lastly, the most important question I have to ask you. Talk about the playoff beards. You are rocking a very full and thick goatee. We've noticed some of the other guys doing it too. How did that come about?
Well, Saturday we said if we sweep St. Peter's, we're going to get playoff goats. So not everyone can grow a beard, so playoff goat it is.
I'd like to thank both Chris Gaetano and Dan Shea for joining me as we look ahead to Monmouth's big 3-game series this weekend at Ryder. You can follow along for the 2 games Thursday and 1 game on Saturday for updates all weekend on Twitter by following @MUHawksBaseball. And also, fans, an added bonus this week. After Monmouth senior TJ Hunt threw his no-hitter, he was nominated for a huge national award. You can vote for TJ by visiting ESPN.com/Capital One Cup for the Capital One Cup Impact Performance of the Week.